Hello guys, welcome to another Neko stream. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. I'm thinking today we're just gonna react to some videos and it's kind of goofy. Like I saw some stuff online that like there's like some conspiracies about Buc-ee's and like I thought it was gonna be kind of ridiculous. So like I kind of looked it up and it says the untold truth of Buc-ee's. And then after that we'll react to like some spooky like deer cam and like whatchamacallit, just like some scary woods videos. I've been kind of scared of like going into the woods lately because there's like all sorts of like cryptids, demons, homeless people, untouched civilizations. Um, and like, yeah, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, let's see if anyone's going. Love W Fupi. All right, let's watch this one.
This institution with multiple world records and a mascot inspired by toothpaste. Come for the fresh chopped brisket and
Hold up. I gotta pause it right there. 5 seconds in, I'm already pausing it. Uh, but Buc-ee's was made because of toothpaste? Oh, that's already a conspiracy right there.
stay for the roomy bathrooms, but not if you're a truck driver. Here's the untold truth of Buc-ee's. The Buc-ee's story begins with founder Arch Applin III. The aspiring businessman had just graduated from Texas A&M with dreams of opening his own store. He ultimately decided to follow in the similar footsteps of two men he was named after, his father and grandfather. His father, named Arch Jr., ran a
I don't think this has any lore, so I'm gonna forward because it says the first location. Like, what are they gonna say? They're gonna be like, oh, Buc-ee's has always existed. Buc-ee's existed before time or the state of Texas itself. Yeah, like look at this. Isn't this like a screenshot from Red Dead Redemption? Like they're over here like trying to trick us and shit. 1982.
Buc-ee's. Even from the start, the 3,000 square foot location size was larger than the industry average for a building of this kind. Despite its monstrous size, the first ever Buc-ee's was born as a convenience store. A few years later, Applin would team up with Don Wasik, another local Texas businessman and fellow convenience store owner. According to Forbes, Wasik and Applin began opening stores together around 1985. The stores were still generously sized compared to your typical gas station, and throughout the 80s, Applin and Wasik introduced what would become iconic Buc-ee's feature.
There's nothing even here that's like sweaty. Like this is the ultimate clickbait. Like I'm looking at the timestamps and I don't even see anything hardcore. Like they're over here like the untold truth of Buc-ee's. And like yeah, I should kind of give them more of a chance, but like I'm expecting something dirty. Like I'm expecting to be like, "Oh, yes, Buc-ee Beaver, the terrible criminal, the Don of the Buc-ee's family fortune. You don't know how many bodies are buried underneath the Buc-ee's. They're selectively placed all around Texas. That way they can hide bodies and contraband." Like that's what I'm expecting from the untold truth of Buc-ee's. But like over here, it's just giving me like Buc-ee's lore. Like, oh my God, they opened the first Buc-ee's in 1982. Like, huh? Buc-ee's group of monotheism and jihad. For real, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting like to see like Buc-ee with like an AK-47, like Comrade Buc-ee or something, like something dark like that. But
a store that opened in 1985 sold sandwiches, donuts, and breakfast tacos, and a Buc-ee's that launched in 1989 offered fishing gear and clothing.
whoa,
Buc-ee's is
I didn't know they had wines at Buc-ee's. That's crazy. I will say this about Buc-ee's though, chat. Like if you do go to Buc-ee's, it is kind of nice because like it's the one place that it doesn't feel like a PvP zone ever. Like it doesn't matter where you are in Texas. Like you can be like in a sketchier part. Like Buc-ee's is like a non-combat zone. And I've never been in a Buc-ee's too that like the toilet's like nasty. So that's a good little trick if you're like on the road or something.
Sandwiches, donuts, and breakfast tacos, and a Buc-ee's that launched in 1989 offered fishing gear and clothing. Buc-ee's is known for its cute name and beaver mascot, and the origin of both comes from founder Arch Applin III, who claimed to have the nickname Beaver growing up.
It feels so safe there for real. Yeah, bro, like honestly, I guarantee you, like there's some kind of that's probably the hidden untold truth of Buc-ee's. Like he probably has some kind of spell. Like you know how in Skyrim they have the voice of the Emperor that like you can use to calm anybody who's like attacking you and then they don't become violent anymore. Like that's probably what happens at Buc-ee's. Like he's over there like in the back. Like now that I think about it, you like rarely see Buc-ee's ever. Like the mascot, he's probably back there like mixing some potions. It's like Disneyland, how they like pump like scents throughout the whole park, but like instead they're like pumping like um a peaceful potion in like the air whenever you walk in.
Beaver was my nickname. My mom named me that when I was born.
His mom may have gotten the idea from
That was a fucking lie. My nickname was Beaver. Like, huh? Like, nah, bruh. That ain't true.
a different company, as Applin tells it, since Ipana toothpaste with its mascot Buc-ee Beaver was popular during his upbringing. The Buc-ee's mascot can easily be spotted by drivers making their way down southern freeways. The circular logo features the smiling animal in a red hat against a yellow background. You can easily see it plastered all over any of Buc-ee's locations, and there are tons of Buc-ee's merchandise and clothing items that are available for purchase in store or online. Statues placed outside of each Buc-ee's location are another way to lay your eyes on the beaver. Per CBS Austin, the creator of those statues is a Texas sculptor named Clint Howard. The artist began by creating one such beaver for the owner of the Buc-ee's in Bastrop, Texas. However, the higher-ups were...
Guys, I'm not trying to out my boy here. Because, like, I don't roast people whenever they're short kings. But I don't really consider myself tall. But I'm not shorter than the Buc-ee statue. So, like, this guy, he's, like, kind of, like, I don't know if you can see the mouse, but he's kind of, like, about the same size as Buc-ee there. So this man is short. Like, this is a manlet. Like, over here, this guy with the cowboy hat, he's not like, oh, yeah, Buc-ee got a fatty. Because Buc-ee is pretty thick, guys. Like, canonically, Buc-ee's has a fat ass. But he's not actually looking at Buc-ee's ass. Like, if you actually, like, follow the lines of his eyes, he's actually staring. He's like, God damn, that guy is so fucking short next to Buc-ee. Like, Buc-ee's literally mogging on him. But anyway, I'll continue.
Such beaver for the owner of the Buc-ee's in Bastrop, Texas. However, the higher-ups were so impressed they invited Howard to make more. Buc-ee's biggest fan base is concentrated in Texas, where the company began and where the majority of its locations remain. There are 43 stores open as of July 2022, and only 9 of them are located outside the Lone Star State. Texas residents aren't eager to share Buc-ee's with others, as even that small handful of out-of-state Buc-ee's are too much for them to take. As the Dallas Morning News explains, this is a crisis of identity, love, and betrayal. Buc-ee's was our weird, giant gas station with the cartoon character we don't completely understand. Nobody in Buc-ee's home state wants to let Alabama or Florida lay claim to the chain. From billboards to Reddit threads, Texans will insist that Buc-ee's rightful home is with them.
That's honestly really based. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, making a pilgrimage to Buc-ee's is kind of like you know how like you gotta go to Mecca. You actually gotta go to like a Texas Buc-ee's, because like I've been to Buc-ee's in like another state besides Texas, and it doesn't hit the same. Like, yeah, you still have like the aura of like peacefulness, but it doesn't feel right. Like, it feels almost like you're in the wrong place. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, it feels like you're kind of like in another dimension. Like, it doesn't feel as nice. It doesn't feel as big. Like, the Buc-ee's that I went to outside of Texas, it felt like it might have been this big, but it felt like it was half the size. And like, I ate like the brisket sandwich and it didn't slap the same. That's all I'm gonna say. It disgusted me what they expanded. Me too. Me too. I don't like I don't know why Buc-ee's tried to do domain expansion. It didn't work.
Now for Buc-ee's claim to fame, the size. All of Buc-ee's locations are big, but only one can be record-breaking. According to the company, the Buc-ee's location that holds the world record for largest convenience store is located in New Braunfels, Texas. It's reportedly 66,335 square feet in size.
Some people will see all this and say that's just too much for me.
The New Braunfels store is further west than the Lake Jackson Clute original and is located between San Antonio and Houston. This Buc-ee's didn't open until 2012, but it was an immediate hit. People were stunned by the sheer amount of options afforded.
You know what's crazy? I think I've gone there by accident.
Reported by KLT.
I think we've gone here by accident.
Immediate hit.
It's too big. I don't know why people get intimidated by size. This is what I was talking about the other day, like with muscle mommies and like Gold Girl. Like I don't know why you get intimidated by big size. Like look at this Buc-ee's, bro. That just looks like a warm hug of like bricks, bro.
People were stunned by the sheer amount of options afforded by the gas station's extreme size. As reported by KLTV, the biggest Buc-ee's initially had 60 gas pumps spread throughout its 18 acres, along with 31 cash registers and 80 soda machines. And according to C-Store Decisions, it cost around $7.4 million for Buc-ee's to build. However, the New Braunfels Buc-ee's was expected to quickly cover overhead costs. Company leaders predicted...
Like even right there, bro. Like I was expecting them to like... Wait. Probably has something to do with instinct. Low key. That's pretty valid. But like I was saying, like right here I was expecting something juicy. Like he's like, oh yeah, it's oversized. It's bigger than it's supposed to. I don't know why I'm putting on a southern accent. It's bigger than it's supposed to be. They actually had to like shut down 3 boys and girls clubs. That way they could actually put a Buc-ee's there. Like they destroyed a playground. So now the kids got to go play like 2 hours away where they could have just played 15 minutes away. Like I expected something like that. But no.
5,500 cars would stop there each day.
I think Buc-ee's is just him, bro. Like look at him. Does that look like the face of evil? Like genuinely, I want a response. That's not rhetorically. Could you see Buc-ee doing anything wrong? Exactly. I literally can't. I could never see a Buc-ee scandal. Like I honestly could not.
Unfortunately for those proud Buc-ee,
This barrel guy though, he's kind of twitchy. Like he kind of stresses me out a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like that slit where his mouth is, it's a little bit too low. That's all I'm gonna say.
fans in Texas.
And like if you look at Buc-ee's right here, this is why Buc-ee's pure, right? He's not even like touching his hand because he knows that he's corrupted. He knows that the bucket is corrupted. So that's why he has that layer. He has that layer, that space of air right there. I'm pretty sure Al-Qaeda adopted it in their official flag. That's cap, bro. Al-Qaeda adopted it in their official flag.
The New Braunfels.
I'm gonna look up Al-Qaeda Buc-ee's. There's no way. Buc-ee's. What the heck? Hold up. Hold up. What the fuck? Hold up, guys. Hold up, guys. We gotta go. We gotta go to the intermission. Bro. Look what they do with AI, bro. Look what they do with AI. Look how much they have to drop to try to sully the name of all that is holy, that is Buc-ee's. That's crazy, bro. That's AI. Look at that coward right there. That coward right there covering his face. Buc-ee doesn't even know what he's doing. He actually told Buc-ee's, we're gonna hold a flag that says love and peace for everybody. And he's like, okay, Jimmy, I trust you, 'cause you came to Buc-ee's. And like now he has him holding an Al-Qaeda flag. Like, is there no depth that these people will go, bro? That's crazy. All right, back to
Full's location will soon lose its title as the world's largest convenience store. Although it's not open yet, some Texas residents are already shaking in their boots at the thought of another state being home to the biggest Buc-ee's. At least one Texan was upset online, saying on Reddit, Tennesseans volunteered to fight and die for Texas independence, and this is how they repay us. According to the Loveland reporter Harold, the usurping location will be located in Sevierville, Tennessee. It will be 74,000 square feet, over 8,000 feet larger than the former record holder in New Braunfels. As KXAN reported, this new Buc-ee's will not only have a world record, but also 120 fuel pumps, as well as charging stations for electric vehicles and a car wash over 250 feet long. Different opening dates are circulating online, most of them placing the Sevierville.
Look at that. That's a fake Buc-ee's right there. That's not even Buc-ee's. That's Gerald.
Buc-ee's launch sometime in 2022 or 2023. Eater reports that Sevierville was chosen as the city to take the throne because of its proximity to Great Smoky Mountains National Park, which brings in around 14 million visitors.
What the fuck? Now that I think about it, I think Aza's is the real plug. He knew the secret of Buc-ee's right there. He knew the corruption.
Each year, so it's a great opportunity for Buc-ee's family-friendly vibe to inspire corresponding customers.
That's crazy.
One record apparently wasn't enough for Buc-ee's after the.
Or was that just like them saying like, oh, Buc-ee's has the pass? Like, you know how there's that one basketball player, like I can't remember his name, but like there's this basketball player that like he lives in California, and Kim Jong-un's like, oh, don't worry, I'm never gonna nuke or whatever California because I like that basketball player. Like, you remember how they said that? Maybe it's like that. Maybe like Al-Qaeda or whatever, they're like, oh yeah, we accept Buc-ee's as like a combat free zone. Like maybe Buc-ee's was actually doing peace talks with them. Now that I think about it, that's probably what it was.
New Braun.
Like it was Buc-ee's taking steps for world peace. Like he's over here like trying to demilitarize them.
Full's location gained the title of world's largest convenience store in 2012. It was time for some new clout, so Buc-ee's opened the world's longest car wash in 2017. The record-breaking car wash is a part of the Buc-ee's Travel Center located in Katy, Texas, and according to Atlas Obscura, the car wash cost $3 million to build. If you have
Buc-ee's DMZ is real.
the pleasure of taking your car through the wash, you'll find it contains 25 brushes and 17 high-powered blow dryers. Overall, the wash is so long that it takes a full 5 minutes to drive through. The convenience store chain was recognized by the officials from Guinness World Records in November 2017.
Bruh, 3 million.
Shortly after the Buc-ee's opened, founder Arch Applin III even received an official document acknowledging the Buc-ee's for its landmark. However, Applin says it wasn't his intention to get this record when he set out to build the Katy-located Buc-ee's, telling Click to Houston, "Actually, it didn't occur to us when we were designing this car wash that this day might happen. We just set out to design and build the best car wash in the world."
Very nice. I like it. I'm like, wow, this is the longest car wash, but it does a very good job.
But Buc-ee's isn't just known
What
for
the hell?
convenience stores with record-breaking square
She was so excited about that car wash.
footage. Each location is also accompanied by dozens of gas pumps. It's part of what brings travelers to
To be fair, bro, I've never known Buc-ee's to do a bad job.
Buc-ee's in the first place. When exiting the highway to take a break from the driving journey, travelers know they probably
Like, you can tell when Buc-ee's working in the back making the sandwiches. And one is Greg. That's all I'm gonna say. Like that one Buc-ee's I went to that wasn't in Texas, that wasn't Buc-ee's working in the kitchen. That was probably Jimbo.
won't have to wait long at Buc-ee's due to the sheer amount of gas pumps that prevent lines from forming. Ford Fry, a Texas native, told Eater of the gas pump-filled rest stops, "You want to plan your trip so that you run out of gas right there. The Architect's newspaper likened the long shade canopies covering gas pumps at Buc-ee's to the huge shape of Buc-ee's home state of Texas.
Oh, we finally have some beef right here. Hold up.
Calling it some of the cheapest around. Buc-ee's may be great, but none of the locations are of any use to truck drivers, as 18-wheelers are banned from Buc-ee's locations. There's even a sign hanging at most of the chain's travel centers that says as much. Jeff Nadalo, a Buc-ee's representative, explained to KVUE the reasons behind the ban on semis, saying,
That's kind of based though, cause like big trucks like this, like they take up a lot of space, and they can unwantonly like create like destruction and stuff. Like let's put it like this, because like a lot of people that they drive trucks, at least that I've seen recently, they're like good luck everybody else, and they just like turn. Like it's almost like they don't look. When they're backing up, they expect you to move out of the way because you fear for your life. Like all around, they're kind of like dicks on the road. Like personally, like recently, like back in the day, truckers, they used to be kind of respected. Not anymore, bro. They're kind of dicks. Like they like put people's lives in danger, and like they don't care. Like that's kind of the attitude I've been getting recently. Like there was a dude that I saw yesterday. Like I went to go watch the Demon Slayer movie, and there was this truck that he signaled that he was gonna go left, and like quite literally everybody stopped. Like it was a green light. Everybody stopped because we were like, okay, this guy's gonna turn left, and we don't want his trailer to like smack into our cars and like destroy everything. But instead of turning left, like the fucker literally had like his blinker on left. The fucker goes like in between both lanes and just goes straight instead. And if the car's on the right, because like he was in the turning lane, if the car's on the right, would have been like, oh, it's a green light, it's time for me to go straight, and they would have gone straight, disintegrated.
The layout of Buc-ee's travel centers is optimized for passenger vehicles. Buc-ee's
Like it's almost like they're driving the trucks and they don't realize like, oh, I'm driving like a tank that can like crush and destroy anything on the road.
driveways and parking lots are simply not designed for the safe and efficient use by 18-wheeler trucks. Despite this comment, some truckers think they've uncovered a hidden meaning behind the ban. According to El Paso Car Transport, a few semi-drivers think that Buc-ee's is making a statement about the personal hygiene of truckers. They think Buc-ee's feels truck drivers are not clean, and letting them into rest stops could damage the reputation of the chain's restrooms. While feelings are definitely hurt, one Yelp user and trucker describes the ban as only showing how badly everyone wants to feel welcome.
Damn, I don't know what that is, but that looks good.
How badly everyone wants to feel welcome at Buc-ee's. Restrooms have long been an important part of the Buc-ee's experience, even in the early days of.
I will say this about Buc-ee's too, guys. It's like the best place to take a dump. It's like literally the best place to take a dump. Because like some places you poop like in public, they give you like the worst toilet paper. Like you have some toilet paper that you can see your fingers through it. And like that's just not safe. I don't want to play that risk. I don't want to play the risk of like, is this enough that like my fingers won't go through? You know what I mean? But like over there they have like actual toilet paper, like the ones that you would have at home. Like I don't know what it'd be called, like 4-ply, something like that. Like it's like tissue grade toilet paper. Like there's nothing softer. Like I was honestly waiting for them like to be like the untold story. Like they were gonna say like, oh yes, Buc-ee's he has like sheep in the back and he like raises them off to make the toilet paper because that's how soft it is. All right, back to it.
The American convenience store chain, Buc-ee's emphasized their bathrooms as a priority. Even today, the company continues to be recognized by travelers for its bathrooms. In 2012, Buc-ee's received the Best Restroom Award from Cintas, a company that should know what it's talking about as it manufactures bathroom supplies. They applauded the generous amount of stalls open at Buc-ee's world record-breaking location in New Braunfels. With 83 stalls, they say it's unlikely you'll ever have a long wait.
Bro, I've never had to wait to like use the bathroom. Like if I have to pee or something, like I never have to clean bathrooms because no stinky truckers. Damn.
Wait. In 2019,
Foop be calling them out, but kind of based.
Buc-ee's was recognized again for its restrooms by Gas Buddy, and according to the
Like you guys saw the intro to Resident Evil 2. That's how I imagine when I think of a trucker. Like I've never seen a trucker that's like I don't know, not to be rude, but like chiseled jaw, clean face. Like I haven't seen that. They're usually like sweaty.
The Austin American-Statesman in a user-based
I'm sure there's some that are clean. Like there was like a TV show that it was kind of like Pimp My Ride. Um, but instead of like some kind of like lowrider or whatever, it was like their trucks and like they had like Xboxes and stuff like built into their trucks. Those people are clean. But I don't think the majority of truckers have an Xbox in their truck, but could be wrong.
poll, people rated the Buc-ee's restrooms the best in Texas. Extremely complimentary remarks overall also gave the company the top ranking for gas station restrooms in the U.S. Cleanliness isn't the only reason why people love the Buc-ee's bathrooms. According to the Washington Post, some locations even have lights that signal
They have rough, man, be easy on their ass. They have it rough, man, be easy on their ass. Bro, there's no excuse to be dirty though. Cause like here's the thing, Azaz, right? I know people personally that are like plumbers, and like you think, oh my god, I'm a plumber. Like you're working with poop, and like you're like going on the crawl spaces in homes. None of them smell bad, and none of them are dirty. So like it's kind of like you can make a choice. I feel like you could always make a choice not to be dirty. Like obviously when they're doing the job, like you know what I mean. Girl truckers are clean. I've seen them on TikToks. There we go, Azaz. Why can't men clean up? If the ladies can be clean, why can't men be clean?
whether or not a stall is occupied. They're also typically spacious.
There are, yeah, that too. There are clean truckers too. I think I have met a couple clean truckers, but like I feel like stereotypically, I think they are kind of smelly.
Offering privacy to each bathroom goer. When the new Braunfels
Like they don't have to be smelling, is what I'm saying. He says, like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to be stinky.
location of Buc-ee's opened in 2012, it didn't just break a world record, it also caused
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was gonna say. Like Love's is like another gas station. If you want to know gas stations that you can trust, definitely Love's and Buc-ee's. But Buc-ee's is kind of better for truckers. Not Buc-ee's. Love's is kind of better for truckers. Because they literally accommodate them with everything. Like, they have showers, they have food, etc. Um, and those are another bathroom that, like, I'm like, okay, it's clean there. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a Love's and like the floor has been sticky and like nasty. I don't know how to put it.
a bit of controversy in the San Antonio area. Why? Gas prices. Upon opening, Buc-ee's prices were much lower than nearby competitors. According to My San Antonio, the average at the time in the state was around $3.49 a gallon. However, at Buc-ee's, travelers were filling up their tanks with regular unleaded for $3.09. Places like Walmart and H-E
Bro, I don't know if San Antonio just has it bad. Um, I think Texas in general has pretty good gas prices. I remember whenever I filled like it steadily has stayed like within $3. Like I'll say like 3.24 or $3. Like I remember when I was like in high school it was like $3.
EB took notice of Buc-ee's and began to lower prices as well. The outlet connected the opening of Buc-ee's new Braunfels location to drops all over the San Antonio area. As reported by the Daytona Beach News Journal, a similar feud for the San
Damn,
Antonio
look at
area.
that. Look at that. They're massaging the seasoning into the beef.
As
Look at
reported
that.
by the Daytona Beach News Journal, a similar
That's
feud
crazy.
happened as recently as
Who's that tiger dude?
2021, when Buc-ee's opened a new location in Florida. These controversies were temporary and localized, but some drivers still prefer Buc-ee's as the place to get gas. They think the chain continues to offer low prices. Texas Snacks argues that while other chains may lower gas for an opening, Buc-ee's maintains those cheap gas prices. You'll find familiar food sections at Buc-ee's as you would at other convenience stores. At Buc-ee's, you'll be able to get all of that, but in much larger quantities. There are more snack options than you could ever imagine inside its store.
They really do, and like not to glaze Buc-ee right now, but like they do have like a lot of food options. Like I remember one time I was hungry, but I didn't know what to get, and like they literally had a Philly cheesesteak burrito, guys. And like that's just so weird to me because like why would you put a Philly cheesesteak in a burrito? But like it actually tasted really good. And like another W is that usually like Philly cheesesteaks, bro, at least for me, I don't know why, but they usually upset my stomach. Um, but when I ate that burrito, it didn't really hurt me.
However, Buc-ee's
Because Buc-ee's, like a lot of people don't know this, Buc-ee's actually hires a priest to like bless the food before they put it in the Philly cheesesteak burrito.
doesn't just have lots of granola bars and packaged nuts. The company has a few specialties. Beef jerky is a particularly important one, and brisket is another. You can choose this meat option in the barbecue or breakfast taco section. Even Food and Wine agrees that in such a competitive barbecue-obsessed place such as Texas, state residents still voice their approval for the brisket at Buc-ee's. A TripAdvisor reviewer agreed, writing, "Being a Texan requires one to occasionally eat a barbecue brisket sandwich, and I found a great one at Buc-ee's."
Fresh chopped brisket on the board! Fresh chopped brisket on the board!
In addition to brisket, we recommend the kolaches. These Czech-turned-Texan-filled pastries are a treat throughout the state, so of course you can get some at Buc-ee's. If you're in the mood for something sweeter...
Bro, I've gone to a restaurant before, and I paid like, well, it wasn't me paying, but it was the other person, so it kind of hurt me too. But they paid like $30 for like a brisket sandwich, bro. And it tasted like hot ass. But like the one at Buc-ee's, bro, like it's not amazing. Let's put it like this. I'll say this. It's like probably the Chick-fil-A of brisket. Like you know what you're getting. It's pretty high quality. Let's put it like that. But like, is it gonna make you like cream every time that you eat it? Not really.
Try the
But it
fudge
does hit the
counter,
spot.
another Buc-ee's fan favorite that, according to Eater, has dozens of different kinds of fudge.
The fudge is kind of nasty, but I don't really like fudge.
Out of all the memorable snacks at Buc-ee's, beaver nuggets are the most important treat. These dried sweets are maybe more beloved than the beef jerky,
Don't get the beaver nuggets, guys. They taste really bad.
brisket,
That too.
or kolaches.
Like if you're gonna get a snack at Buc-ee's, the chocolate covered cashews are good. And if you can get it fresh, they have these like pecans that have like a cinnamon and like sugar on them, and that goes hard.
Combined. Beaver nuggets come in a clear bag at Buc-ee's.
Oh, bro, they also have this it's actually pretty low calorie too. They have this like ice cream that it's like a popsicle, and it's like cheesecake on like a stick. And like it sounds like it'd be Big Back, but it's not.
Allowing you to see all of the delicious, crunchy treats inside. The Houston Chronicle says these snacks are the perfect driving treat because beaver nuggets are not messy, both sweet and salty, and come in a huge bag.
That's a lie. Them bitches leave your fingers like sticky as shit, bro. That is not a good driving I guess it kind of is. It gives you a better grip on the wheel.
These treats come in several flavors outside of the original, so there are even a lot of options when it comes to picking out a bag of Buc-ee's signature snacks. There are spicy, cheesy, and salty flavors of beaver nuggets available for the taking at every Buc-ee's location. In 2015, Buc-ee's was the victim of an identity theft scheme. As
Whoa.
KHOU 11 reports, the series of crimes ended up costing the convenience store chain around $18,000 and took place at 14 different Buc-ee's locations in Texas, including one in Freeport. Authorities told the Houston Chronicle that the scheme began with thieves stealing credit card information online. They most likely loaded that information into a magnetic strip that they had purchased, and once these steps were finished, the thieves headed to Buc-ee's. The crime ring consisted of a few different individuals who were caught on camera as they visited the gas stations where they bought various products using stolen information.
Yeah, but look at that. They got caught, guys. If it would have been anywhere else but Buc-ee's, they would have gotten away with it.
According to reports, cartons of cigarettes were the most common products purchased, which police
Buc-ee's shut that down real quick. He's like, I'm the law.
believed the thieves were
Like, a lot of people don't know this, but like when Batman was training to become Batman, like the final sensei that he had was actually Buc-ee's.
likely going to resell for a profit online. As the Houston Business Journal explains, the owners of those stolen credit cards could dispute the information and be reimbursed, but Buc-ee's was the party responsible for repaying them. Luckily, the short crime spree didn't seem to have affected Buc-ee's too much, and business is thriving. Buc-ee's has been involved in its fair share of lawsuits over the years. One of the more amusing ones involved the supplier of Buc-ee's brisket, the maker of that delicious meat that ends up on customers' barbecue sandwiches and breakfast tacos. The lawsuit occurred in 2016. According to the Austin American-Statesman, Buc-ee's filed against a business called Sadler's Smokehouse, located in Brazoria County, Texas. As reported by My San Antonio, Buc-ee's sued over an increase in the price of the smokehouse's beef. Buc-ee's claimed this increase was costing the company around $550,000. This wasn't just annoying to Buc-ee's. The convenience store chain alleged that it had a prior agreement.
Yeah, look at that. Like Buc-ee's right there, he didn't want to pay too much for the brisket because like Buc-ee's knows that like if they increase the price of the brisket, then they have to increase the price of the brisket for like the customer as well. So like he was kind of looking out for you right there, guys. So that's not even a dark secret. I'm gonna skip that.
Treats employees. Most locations of Buc-ee's contain signs letting every customer in the store know about it.
Yeah, they pay really good. Look at that. $18 to work at Buc-ee's.
Wherever they are and whatever they look like, they are made to be easily spotted. According to recent signs advertising Buc-ee's hourly wages, pay seems to range between $15 and $32 per hour at the onset of
Damn, $32 an hour to work at Buc-ee's. That's crazy.
2022. On the low end, the wages are nearly double Texas's minimum wage, and this pay rate hasn't changed since 2011 either.
How old is this video? 3 years ago? Okay.
Insider reports that Buc-ee's wage signs are not just meant to boost the company's image, but are also meant to attract new employees to the ever-growing chain. Jeff Nadalo, a top lawyer for the company, explained how the signs help them recruit Buc-ee's team members, saying, "Our customers expect and look forward to a very unique experience. We have to attract the best talent." Additionally, Nadalo says the signs communicate to current employees what opportunities there are for advancement. How Buc-ee's at least appears to take pride in its staff members is yet another reason why customers are so loyal to the convenience store chain. 4 decades after opening that first Buc-ee's in Texas, the company keeps winning.
We look to maintain.
Yeah, like at every that's something that I'll say here. I gotta go get my laundry. I think my alarm just went off. But that's something that I will say about Buc-ee's too is like I've never really seen someone like at a Buc-ee's what the hell was that accent come from? I've never seen anyone at a Buc-ee's like an employee like look miserable to be there, because like typically like when you go anywhere like Walmart, Target, whatever, like whatever store you go to, there's like a lot of people like you can see it in their eyes and like in their soul too, like that they just don't want to be there because they're having like a really bad time. But most of the people at Buc-ee's, they're pretty chill. Like they look like, oh, I'm pretty, at least they give that vibe that they're like, oh, I'm being taken care of, and I'm like chilling or whatever. But yeah, we'll be back with some scary videos. Just give me a second. All right, back to it, guys. Time for
YouTuber from
the scary video. I guess I kind of I'll do that later. I'll do that later. Like I'll try to do it. I don't know how to do it, to be honest, guys, but I'll try to like link the videos in the description, like once I leave this up as a VOD. If not, just look up like the untold stories of Buc-ee's or whatever, and then you'll see it. And then this is like Chilling Scares. It's like a YouTube channel. They post like spooky videos. Yeah, let's watch it.
UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK for almost 10 years. Most of the channel's videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage of his adventures in the great outdoors. For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping trip in the woodlands close to his home, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries, and pointing out the sights on the way to the campsite. At several points along the way, he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail, indicating—
Bro, these guys are crazy. Like they just don't value their life. Like I see like footprints and garbage in the woods. Like nah, bro, I'm rocking away.
other people had been there in the last few days.
He's like, oh, I found a puddle of freaking like heroin needles, and I see a sign that says, "Come inside if you want to be murdered." All right, guys, let's see what's in there.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here. Yeah, look at the state of this. It does get used, doesn't it?
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down in a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into the video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
I'm going to be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is really good.
Whoa, do you hear that? They were like shouting something too.
Is that a badger? Hello?
Even though some pretty human-like footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel, as soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped. For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles, but things only continue to get even more creepy.
Nah, you kind of gotta get out of there, bro. Like you hear footsteps, you say hello, and like they don't say anything. That means that somebody trying to gauge you. Like they're trying to see your power level to see if they can like beat you in a 1v1 and then take all your loot.
As the sun begins to set.
There's that noise again now.
Some motorcyclist was riding through a forest and found human bones scattered by the trail and was like, oh, interesting, and continued going deeper into the forest, finding another pile of human remains and still continued. What the actual hell? No survival instincts at all. Well, that happened. You think the footsteps are fake? It does kind of sound like Minecraft footsteps. Like, have you guys heard like the Minecraft footsteps? Let me open that up. Another tab. Let me see if I can find it.
Since 2017, a YouTuber named
Whoa. Minecraft grass walking sound. Tell me it doesn't sound like this. Doesn't that sound like that? I think he's faking it. Alright, let's compare that to...
Hello.
He just slowed it down so you guys wouldn't get it. Let's slow that down. Let's see if he... Let's see. I know your tricks. What's his name? I don't know what his name is. I know your tricks, British man. You can't fool me. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely what he did. It sounds exactly the same.
Hello.
It has the reverb and everything.
You got a bit of that. There's nobody here.
About 40.
This guy is a bit better than that biker though, Azaz. Like, it's fake, right? But like, if it was real, he's a little bit better because he grabbed the pot of noodles that are like boiling. Because like, then you could use that like as a weapon.
Minutes into the video, the footstep noises can be heard again, and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel. By this point, most people would have
like, a lot of people don't know this, Azaz, but I'm an expert. I'm a cryptic expert. But like skinwalkers, their weakness is actually ramen noodles. Like, if you can get like a packet of ramen noodles and like throw them at it, like, they're done. They're cooked.
hightailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to...
It's like kind of the way that it works is like you know how like vampires, they can't survive in sunlight or whatever. It's like the same thing.
To calm his nerves for the second time. Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive. But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps start up again.
I'm going to be honest. I can't stay here now. I'm going to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments.
Bro, he's cooked. He's cooked. Now he has to march out in the dark. Like, if this is real, now he has to march out in the dark. And he already knows there's somebody like stalking him.
But I can't stay here. I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this loads of times. I think I'm going to go find somewhere else to get this bivvy set up. But I'm leaving this spot.
Understandably, after this third incident,
he's so dumb too. Like, if the guy's like right on his trail, like listening to him too, he's like, I'm scared, guys. I'm so afraid. This guy's scaring me. I'm gonna leave. Like, the last thing you want to tell somebody who wants to do something violent to you is, I'm scared.
Daniel decides to head somewhere else for the night to play it safe. It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods. This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in such a vulnerable position all by yourself in unknown territory. It was either that or an animal walking through the grass, but because Daniel mentioned the grass was a little wet and wouldn't have made that dry sound if an animal stepped on it, this is pretty unlikely. Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady. They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way, it's a good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could have happened to Daniel that night.
Bro, it was Herobrine.
One of the most annoying things to me is spam texts and calls.
I ain't gonna listen to
lead to more
that.
spam calls, texts, and Ticketmaster impact on our even less data is found in anyone tries broker website.
Ticketmaster, guys. Ticketmaster.
Damn,
double back-to-back ads. That's crazy.
Colorado, made up of almost entirely pump range, is.
Oh, and that motorcyclist found a broken tree cutting the path. And what did he do? Still move forward. Then he did something and drove away and came back the next day to investigate at night. Oh my god. That guy probably faked it too, Azaz. Did the bones look real? Because he could have faked it. I doubt somebody's that stupid. Because like, if they cut down a tree to try to block his path while he's on a motorcycle, I don't know. Seems
Part of
kinda
a front
fake.
range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, made up of almost entirely public land within the Pike National Forest. In the summer, you'll find lots of bikers enjoying the rampant ranges.
It's kind of giving, like at that point, it's giving the Among Us potion at 3 a.m. Like that's kind of the vibes I'm getting.
Elaborate trail system and exploring the great outdoors. For the most part, this part of Colorado is a paradise for anyone who enjoys spending time in nature. But over the past few years,
It could be staged, yeah. I think
there's
so.
been a pretty alarming trend on the rise, with random people setting up wires on trees at just about head height in an effort to seriously injure bikers on the trail. In 2019, a post describing this terrifying trend was uploaded to Facebook. And disturbingly, the uploader mentioned that
This one's probably real. Like this one right here, this is why I think it's real, because they have like I guess kind of like a paper trail. Because like that one that you were looking at, did that one have like, I guess kind of like some evidence with it? Because I don't like that'd make it more real, I think. Like if it had kind of like a trail.
one of his high school friends had lost his life as a result of running into a similar wire on a trail. Immediately, people jumped into the comments to point out how incredibly messed up it would be to do something like this, and how this kind of evil needs to be.
It's crazy how people are just evil. Like I really do believe that. I think some people are just like whatchamacallit, kind of like I don't know, like Nevrons, I guess. Kind of like an Expedition 33. They're just like violent.
Be categorized as attempted murder if the suspects are ever caught. A couple of years before that post was made, in 2017, two motorbike riders uploaded a video to YouTube of their encounter with a similar wire, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close.
Cause no one's putting a cable like on a trail and being like, haha, look at the funny prank. Like they're intentionally thinking like, oh, someone's gonna ram into this and go flipping.
Call.
Yeah, that would cook you. Yeah, you'd be done.
When these wires are set up off-trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out of malice or if a random camper or farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar. But in cases like these where the wires are specifically,
You're not gonna forget a cable like that. Like that's just kind of wishful thinking, but you're not gonna forget it. Come on, you're drying clothes. You're not gonna forget to get a cable.
placed on the trail, there's really only one reason people would do that, and that's to bring serious harm to bikers for some reason. Possibly they're annoyed with the constant loud sound of the bikes near their property,
I forgot my clothesline.
or something else.
I just happened to make it out of steel cable, you know.
But hopefully more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially
Cause the steel cable, it warms up in the sunlight, and like that makes your clothes dry a bit faster. Like
because it's not uncommon to hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind of stuff.
yeah, you're cooked. And this is why people don't go outside. It's better to play video games.
This audio was uploaded to
NGL.
YouTube by a user named ForestFire21. He recorded it around 2 a.m. in December 2014. The uploader lives in a forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the woods behind his house.
Whoa. Fuck no! I hear that shit at night. I'm not walking towards that.
It's hard to make out what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?"
2
In addition
a.m.
to the young female voice making most of the noise, this quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in the audio only makes the whole incident that much more disturbing. Near the end
Yeah,
of
I'm
the video,
calling
the
the
uploader
police,
mentions
too.
that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation for the screams, but he never did. The fact that the screaming was captured at around 2 a.m. in the freezing cold weather and in the middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister taking place that night. It's hard to tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead of immediately calling the police after hearing a female voice in such obvious distress, but at this point there's not much that can be done about it. And who knows, maybe the uploader did call the police. There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved.
Virginia.
But based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation, we probably won't ever be able to know for sure. Lisa is a life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own. One afternoon in 2022, Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside, when suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her permission, and started asking her some pretty bizarre questions in French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator app to
This is literally Expedition 33. Some random French guy starts yapping to you.
trying to communicate with her, which obviously made her pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space. After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure the guy got the hint. Strangely, for
Oh, French? That's terrifying. Real.
over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator
The only thing scarier than a creepy dude. A creepy French dude.
app to try to communicate with Lisa, even after she made
A French person.
it more than obvious that she wanted nothing to do with him.
Nobody does that too, guys. Nobody does that. Like, there's no country in the world, right? There's no country in the world where you can just, like, pop your head into somebody's space without saying anything and then expect them to be chill about it. Like, I think universally, that's just like a sign of, like, oh, this person wants to engage in PvP. Oh, look at him too. He's like hiding. Like, look, he sees her. Look, he sees her. He locks eyes, and then he just runs into the bushes to hide. Look at that. That's so scary.
Okay, he just moved even closer
Why is she just sitting there? She needs to drive away.
so that I can't move out and so that I can't go forward. Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave.
Yeah, look how slow he's
With a
moving
very
too.
shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes and pretty much just stalked Lisa from a distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again, but the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
This guy is really starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. And anyways,
Yeah, because like at first when he went to the bushes, you could have been like, oh, he was trying to take a piss. But at the same time, like, not really. Because like if I saw someone, right, especially like a woman, if I look into a car and I see somebody, I'm like, oh, I can't really pee here anymore. Because like I don't want somebody to like see me peeing. That's kind of weird. But like him moving the car and stuff, it's like, yeah, he's like trying to rob her, like murder her.
it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Fortunately, just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening. Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there. When he saw the other family in the RV was also still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back.
Oh yeah, he was trying to do something.
The next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again. It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and questionable behavior, they couldn't have been anything good. The one thing we can be sure about is that it's a good thing the other family in the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did. Otherwise, who knows what the man would have done to Lisa. In May 2014,
Yeah, it's so sus too, because it looks like he was waiting for like the perfect opportunity.
an Imager user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck up out of the ground like periscopes. Apparently, his friend and his siblings played near the pipes as kids and knew that there were bunkers hidden below them, but their parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety. During the visit narrated in the blog post, the uploader and his friend decided to check out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger, and they found some pretty disturbing stuff. A few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar. Once inside, all they could see were these long, seemingly endless hospital-like hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the woods. As they ventured further and further into the maze of tunnels, they found graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people to get the idea to explore the underground bunkers. To the explorers' horror, one of the walls deep inside the tunnels had the word "help" in German graffitied all over it. It's possible that it was just sprayed on there by another group of teens trying to be funny.
Is that how you say help in? That doesn't look like help in. Does that even look like German, bro? That kind of looks like, that looks weird to me. That looks a little weird to me. Let me just look up help in German. Helfen. Yeah, it says help is helfen. Or Hilf. Was that it? Hilf? Oh, okay, that does look like health. Never mind. Help. Okay. It's just like this right here. Like you see this thing right here. It just look kind of weird. Because I know German has like kind of like the same characters like in English, so that's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, but the eerie nature of the bunker, coupled with the general
like
state
a
of disarray, really makes you wonder if something more sinister took place down there at some point.
I think they were just being edgy.
Possibly even written by German soldiers in the later parts of World War II. As they
Yeah, bro, everybody knows that German soldiers in World War II use a can of green spray paint to like signal things to each other.
traveled deeper into the bunker, they found some more disturbing graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Obviously, that's not the kind of message you want to see in a tunnel system like
I feel like that's not even sketchy anymore, guys. Like, is that scary? I feel like everybody says that nowadays.
this, but the two friends decided to keep on exploring anyway. After several hours down in the
That's like level 1, like edgy. Like, I feel like you could go down the street and find somebody to say that. It's not that spooky.
bunker, they ended up
What I would be scared of, like in a bunker like this, is like if there's like a crackhead with like a heroin needle or like a fent needle. That's like gonna give you hepatitis whenever he stabs you with it. Like you got that hepatitis debuff. Or like if it is like a bunker that nobody's gone to, which like this one, it has graffiti and shit. So that means a lot of people have probably gone in there, like either to goon or like to do drugs and stuff. Mostly I'd just be scared of other people. But like going to like a bunker that's untouched, what would be sketchy is like, oh, you don't know if there's like any traps. But like with this, I would just be scared of like the fentanyl fiends and stuff.
finding tons of more twisting, winding hallways, flooded rooms with old machines, and dark, narrow corridors that reach dead ends.
That's a AC unit. Like that looks scary as fuck, but that's just the AC unit.
But nothing more disturbing than
That's
the
nothing
graffiti
really
they had found
sketchy.
a few hours earlier. The explorers
Yeah.
managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back there again. In the summer of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known hiking trail in the High Mountain Park Preserve in Wayne, New Jersey. As per the police reports, the traps mostly consisted of boards with nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed.
Those aren't even nails, those are
consisted of
screws. Those are literally screws.
With nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near rocks or logs, and other treacherous materials.
When I was a little kid, one time I got cooked by a piece of barbed wire. I was just like chilling, walking around this lake, like in my Crocs, and then I stepped into some barbed wire. It was pretty bad.
As more and more complaints started coming in,
I didn't really get cut or anything, but it did poke me enough to hurt.
Police warned people to keep an eye out for the traps, and even organized cleanup efforts to keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people, as there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of such a popular hiking trail. The fact that someone would take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail, and place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets is honestly pretty messed up. But it didn't take the cops too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing.
Does that look like it's deliberate? What even is this? Is this just like a beer bottle or something? And like this, like if they found this like under some leaves or something, that is scary. But like if they found that like above ground, it could have just been somebody who's like littering. The barbed wire is kind of sketch though. I don't know how you could accident. Yeah, never mind.
And place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets.
I was like, it could have been somebody lazy, but now that I think, the more I think about it, it's like, nah, they kind of did do that on purpose. You can't just like, whoops, I left this wooden block full of screws. Or I don't know, maybe he was like testing out like a drill or something. But
honestly,
barbed wire, nah.
It didn't take the cops too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing. Although they never found the individual suspects responsible for placing the traps on the trail, the sheriff's department determined that the traps had probably something to do with the feud between hikers and bikers who had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents, it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing.
Wouldn't it make more sense that like the spike traps are for the bikers? Because like they have tires. And like, wouldn't you want to pop the tires? Like, I know people can step on like screws and stuff, but it's more likely that they're doing it to pop tires.
Their presence, which has led to several injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the years. Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of trying to harm an entire group of people so maliciously with such brutal methods. Fortunately,
I don't even get what that is. Like what is that? Is that like a beer bottle?
As a result of the
no, that's fucked up. Yeah, they wanted you to step on that.
Traps, but the suspects responsible were never found.
Okay. Yeah, but I think that one's more for bikes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this one with the screws, that's more for bikes. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is. Like I genuinely don't know what that is. It looks kind of like a piece of rubber. Bro is worried to be called a wimp. Let's read some of the comments. 99% of people would get the heck out of there the first time they would hear those footsteps. I would. Like, low-key, like, if you're out camping, which I wouldn't be, because it's kind of dumb. Like, I wouldn't do anything at night. Like, maybe I would hunt, but I'd want to go during, like, the daytime, if that makes sense. But, like, going at night just seems like a bad idea, bro. Like, you hear all these stories of people just, like, disappearing, like the freaking 411 stuff, and like demons and ghosts and stuff, and like everybody knows that like all the bad stuff happens at night, so this is not a good idea.
January 2015, a group of New Zealand.
Plus, it's gross, guys. Like I hate bugs and stuff, and like there's no way you can be bug free if you're like camping. Like they're gonna be flying around. Like I live in like a neighborhood, guys. I'm assuming most of you guys do. But like if you live in a neighborhood, there's still like a crap ton of bugs outside.
And film students.
So like only imagine like in their natural habitat.
Were recording outside their school at Auckland's Parnell railway station. The footage you're seeing now was recorded by a student named Chris Muir. For a few minutes, Chris and his friends were messing around and having fun as they filmed. But that's when the group spotted a man and a woman wearing creepy white masks hiding in the tall
I think those are just kids.
grass next to the station and staring ominously at the camera.
That look like an adult? I don't think it does.
As it was later revealed, Chris and his buddies first thought that the
they're
masked
adults.
people were probably pranksters from the school trying to creep them out, which is why they can be heard laughing throughout the footage. However, the students later confessed that it was more so nervous laughter and that they were actually pretty terrified during
I don't know. People acting like this and not expecting to get shot, like that's crazy.
the encounter.
Because they're literally like, oh, I'm going to scare these people by acting like I'm going to stab them. Like, do they not know that, like, some people will shoot them?
Disturbingly, looking at the footage, they noticed that
Ah, he's wearing freaking slides, bro. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind.
the couple
I thought he was wearing, like, slides. I was like, what's he going to do in
appeared
slides?
to be armed. In some of the clips, it looks like one of them is holding a pistol.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm definitely shooting him. Look at her.
It looks like one of them is holding a pistol.
Where's the other one?
Why is he getting closer to her?
Where's the other one? I don't see him.
As soon as the suspects got a little too close for
Yeah, I'm scared of this woman wearing a completely white mask, insinuating that she wants to murder me. I'm just gonna walk towards her and laugh.
comfort, the group ran back to the main road, after which they reportedly saw a police chopper approaching the area of the incident. It's not entirely clear who called the cops that day, but based on my research, this wasn't the first time the couple had harassed the public with their creepy masks and weapons. Earlier that week, they had terrorized a woman at Auckland's Domain Park, but left before the police were able to arrest them. When the cops arrived at the train station, Chris and his friends gave them the report, after which the Auckland Police Department uploaded a Facebook post where they urged the suspects to come forward and warned civilians to stay far away from the masked couple if they saw them. They also cautioned that if they saw someone carrying what appeared to be a weapon, they had no way of knowing if the weapon was real or fake and would be forced to approach the situation.
Look at this, like this is so dumb. Drop the mask act and come chat with us about how to play safely. Like, huh? These people are committing a crime. Like, why would they go? Like, nobody's gonna turn themselves in. Like, huh?
As if it were real. Shortly after that, the suspects reportedly came forward to talk to the cops. Throughout the investigation,
What? They did pull up?
the authorities didn't release a whole lot of information to the public about who these people were, whether their weapons were real, or what their intentions were. But one thing we know for sure is that this wasn't just an innocent prank. In fact, when a lot of people online started accusing the students of staging a prank just to get attention, a spokesperson from the school came forward to clarify that the masked suspects had nothing to do with the institute. According to an article from Vice, a police spokesperson later confirmed that the weapons were fake. But I wasn't able to find any official confirmation of this, and to this day, not a lot of people know who the suspects were or why they were terrorizing the public for no reason. Whatever the case, it's a good thing Chris and his friends were able to get away before things took a turn for the worse.
Crazy that people do that. Like, they wanna risk their lives to, like, I guess play a prank on people. Like, haha, you thought I was gonna kill you. Wasn't that funny?
Near the base of Mount
That's
Fuji
crazy.
in Japan lies a forest that's known among the locals as the Sea of Trees. Interestingly,
That's
the
scary,
entire forest
Japan.
grew out of a 30 square kilometer patch of hardened lava that
Wait, I gotta make sure this isn't Logan Paul. Hold up. Yeah, it's giving Logan Paul. I'm just gonna skip that one just in case.
Keep in mind that an adult male moose can run 23. A man named David Meredith was taking his usual evening stroll through his neighborhood in Red Deer, Canada, when he suddenly saw a bull moose eating next to a tree. Hoping to
Damn.
catch a better glimpse, he hid behind the tree to watch. And
A lot of people don't know this, but like moose or mooses, meese, I don't know what the proper term is, but like mooses are really spooky, guys, because like all of them are pretty much bipolar. I literally saw a video of like a moose that got pissed off at a tree because I don't know, maybe the tree was like your mother or something like that, or he just imagined it. And then, bro, I just saw like the moose ram into the tree like at full force till it knocked the tree over and then it passed out. Like that's literally how pissed it got at a fucking tree, bro. And these things are huge. They're huge. They're like dinosaurs.
And that's when
see what happens. Let's see what happens to the Canadian
moose
guy.
turned around and started charging at him. To understand how incredibly dangerous this is, keep in mind that...
Yeah, look at that bitch. That's huge. That's a big boy. You're not stopping that.
That an adult male moose can run faster than 35 miles per hour, which is almost twice as fast as...
Look at that shit. He's taller than the fucking car, I'm telling you.
Keep in mind that an adult male moose can run faster than 35 miles per hour.
Damn, look at that bitch.
Which is almost twice as fast as the max speed for the average human male. Even though moose aren't generally aggressive, they can easily trample and kill...
That's a lie. Don't listen to this guy.
...a human if they feel threatened, which is probably what happened here. Fearing for his life, David hoisted himself up the tree next to him to avoid getting stabbed by the moose's antlers.
Mooses are demonic.
He just ran me up a tree.
That's why they have horns. Oh, I think he's gonna fight the tree. Hopefully he just fights the tree instead of fighting the dude.
As soon as he was out of the moose's reach, he started recording. For about 30 seconds, the moose just stares at David, and you can hear the uploader's nervous breathing as he waits for the moose to leave. But shortly after, the moose starts charging back and forth with its head down, which is a clear sign that it's stressed and would probably trample David if he were to come down or fall from the tree.
Nah, that's scary as hell.
Based on what he mentioned to the news station that interviewed him a couple of days later, David stayed in the tree for over 10 minutes waiting for the moose to leave him alone. When asked how he climbed up the tree, he demonstrated how he pulled himself up by a flimsy-looking branch, which is honestly one of the most concerning parts of this whole situation.
Damn.
That branch breaks, and David would have been at the mercy of a very angry moose and might not have lived to tell the tale. Luckily, after seeing that David wasn't coming down, the moose finally gave up and ran off, thanks to which
that moose would diff you so hard
after waiting it out for around an extra half hour.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have a chance.
In February 2018, a man named...
Like, the only way you can beat the moose, like, you can't even dodge a moose. Like, you have to parry it. And then you have to, like, get on top of the moose. Like, that's the only way.
Greg Harris uploaded a GoPro video of himself riding his ATV on an unnamed trail. For the first few seconds, the footage shows pretty much exactly what you'd expect from this kind of upload. But in the blink of an eye, something extremely disturbing interrupts Greg's ATV ride.
Whoa. Whoa, what caused them to spin out? Was it like another wire? Was it another cable? I didn't see. I just saw him kind of flip. I can't see anything because it's like 480p. I see like a stick thing right there. I don't know what that is. He had to have gotten hit by like a rope or something because he just got flattened out kind of. Damn, he's like covered in shit now.
If you didn't catch it, someone had set up a metal wire between the two trees, which got caught in the uploader's helmet and forced him to stop. It's pretty disturbing to think that if Greg hadn't been so lucky, he could have been decapitated by the wire.
Yeah, he got lucky.
As mentioned in the video description, his speed, along with the wire hitting his helmet instead of his neck, caused it to break as he passed through it. It might seem shocking that anyone would even think of doing something as incredibly evil as setting up a lethal booby trap in the middle of an ATV trail. But sadly, it's actually pretty common in the dirt bike and ATV community.
Damn, he got so lucky.
Sometimes...
Cause it like he kind of moved with the cable. Like if he saw like he kind of went backwards and like laid down with it. Um, cause like yeah, if he just would have been dead on the wire, it probably would have chopped his head off.
These wires are set up by people trying to keep bikers off their property. Others are set up by psychos who get irritated by the noise and decide to use violence to fix the issue. And the rest are set up by people who are just messed up in the head and want to bring harm to others for no reason. In this case, it's impossible to tell who is responsible for setting up the trap. This is just one of those videos where if the wire was set up just slightly lower, the accident could have easily been fatal. Luckily, he was able to walk away with minimal injuries, and he used his video as a way to warn others to watch out for these kinds of traps, especially when riding through trees.
Painful.
Back in the summer of 2014, a man named Chris was biking in the mountains near Fernie, British Columbia, when he suddenly noticed what appeared to be an animal approaching him in the tall grass. Immediately, he realized it was a mountain lion, and that's when he started recording.
I'm cooked, Chad. I don't see shit. I'm cooked, Chad. I don't see it. Oh, I see it. It's right there. Imagine accidentally catching the prick while they're putting them up. Damn. I mean, you can't really murk somebody like that. I think you kind of should be able to. Nah, not really. But like at the very least, bro, I'm pepper spraying them and I'm calling the police. That's probably what I would do. You should do jail time for that. That you should do. If you're like trying to murder people, they should give you attempted murder. Like it shouldn't even be like, oh, I have no clue what it could be besides attempted murder. But they should charge you with attempted murder because they're trying to kill someone. Nah, you have to call the police. I mean, yeah, you have to call the police. They have to be punished for it, period. Like they have to. I think jail time's good. Like straight up death penalty, nah. But definitely attempted murder.
But there's a mountain lion.
Yeah, there's the cat. That was it.
He's crouching in the grass. He's actually coming towards me.
Nah, he's cooked.
At first, it's kind of hard to see where exactly the animal is, but as Chris walks towards the trail, you can see it emerging from the grass coming closer.
That's too close. That's too close. If it was higher quality camera, you'd be able to see.
And he's stalking me.
Damn, I hope he has like a gun or something.
Even though mountain lion sightings are rare, they have been known to attack people in certain situations. And let's just say, if you see one stalking you in the tall grass, slowly approaching as it stares you down, you can be pretty certain that you're in danger.
Yeah, you gotta take him out. You gotta take him out. At that point, you just start spraying. Just like, blah, 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 blah.
2 minutes into the footage, the lion starts walking a little faster, and Chris does the one thing you never do with a mountain lion by turning his back and starting to run.
Nah, bro. If you get too close to him, he's just gonna eat your booty. Like, your cheeks are gone. Like, your cheeks are gone, bro. That kitty, like, he's just gonna start eating them cheeks. He's gonna be like, oh, I got some delicious Necco jerky right here. And, like, he's just gonna start munching. Bye-bye kitty is right. Nah, he's stupid. He's stupid. He's so lucky. Fuck. You see how quick it moved? Like, look how far it was away, right? It was that far away. Oh my god. Yeah, it just freaking... He, like, teleported.
Hey, Mr. Mountain Lion. How are you doing?
He could feed the entire mountain lion community with his cheeks. All right, someone ban Foopy.
Nice to see you.
That's crazy.
Nice to see you. I am much bigger than you.
Over the next couple of minutes, Chris tries to get the animal to go away, but it only walks around him.
The entire community off of my cheeks is crazy.
Staring him down in the tall grass near the entrance to the woods. A couple of minutes later, the
Community cheeks is crazy.
Uploader manages to take a few steps toward the main trail back to his car, but he doesn't get too far before the mountain lion cuts him off again.
Oh my gosh. He wants
back.
to eat him. He wants to eat him, guys.
Stay there.
He like literally wants to eat him. Cause he's like, nah. Like he pulled off a little bit and he's like, I don't know, man. It might be more trouble than it's worth. And then he comes back and he's like, that booty be looking juicy though. He's kind of, I don't know if he's backing up because he thinks maybe the camera guy can do something, or if he's just backing up to jump.
I'm not afraid of you.
No, he's moving away.
Fortunately, after a few moments of tension, the mountain lion turns around and disappears into the trees. Being in a position like that has to...
Look how big it is. Like, it has like a lot of muscle. Like, look at that. Like, he could mess you up. Like, it's not the same as a dog, because a dog only has like the mouth that you have to worry about, but he has claws. Or she, I don't know what kind of... Could be like a lioness. But like, it has claws that can chop you up
the
really
mountain lion
bad.
turns around and disappears into the trees. Being in a position like that has to be downright terrifying, especially when you consider that the only reason the lion didn't attack...
Look at the tail though. The tail is pretty nice. Like, you see how cute it is? If only it didn't want to kill you. It'd be like a pretty cool pet. Like, look how cute he is. He doesn't look like he's gonna... He's like, I just want to murder you, Neko. Look how cute I am. I just want to murder you. I just want to feed off your booty cheeks for 2 weeks. That's
I'm not
crazy.
afraid of you.
Fortunately, after a few moments of tension, the mountain lion turns around and disappears into the trees.
That's what really sucks, guys. Like, have you ever seen bears? Like, bears, they look so cute. But you know they would destroy you and your entire family. Like, they would just like if it was hungry, it'd be like, I need a light snack. Start looking at you funny.
Like that has to be downright terrifying.
10 weeks! 10 weeks is crazy.
Especially when you consider that the only reason the lion didn't attack was because it didn't want to. And had it felt more threatened, it easily could have done some serious damage. Thankfully, it was just a close call and Chris was able to walk away from the terrifying...
Maybe that's my move, guys. Maybe like if the mountain lion's coming after me, I could like fucking point my booty cheeks towards it. And then like I could choke him out or something while he's bidding on.
Encounter unharmed.
That's probably a good move.
In March 2019, a 5-year-old girl from
Sacrifice the cheeks.
New Jersey was playing with her
to
friends
sacrifice your cheeks to the mountain lion. That's
near a
crazy.
creek in a wooded area behind their home right off Route 208. This was an area the family knew very well, as they'd been living there for 13 years, and the girl's father, Dave Kuroda, and his wife felt completely safe letting their kid play in the woods behind their house. But at some point during that particular afternoon, the girl...
Yeah, I'm gonna let my kids play in the woods behind my house, where I can't see at all times if they're safe.
The girl came across a pile of clothing
in a world where murderers exist.
In the woods, after which she immediately ran back to tell her dad what she had found.
That's either somebody gooning or somebody that's been murdered. That's like 2 things a child should not be exposed to.
Strangely, the clothes appear to have been cut off a person's body.
Oh, they're like covered in poo-poo. Look at that, it's covered in poo-poo.
And there were suspicious red stains all over the tattered, shredded outfit. After confirming the bundle consisted only of women's clothing, Dave called the Burger...
Why did they take it into their house? They should have left that out there for the police. Like, why did they take it in their house? That's so stupid. Yo, let's put plastic bags on it so that the dookie stains don't get on the wood. Like, huh?
County Sheriff's Office and reported the incident, feeling like it was just too out of the ordinary for a random pile of cut-up clothes to appear near the entrance of the woods so close to his home.
Nah.
Even though this was the first time their daughter saw the clothes, it appeared they had been in the woods for several months, which explains some of the excessive wear and tear, but not the suspicious cuts and stains all over the outfit.
Yeah, someone got murdered.
Fairlawn police started...
Someone got murdered. They got killed by the poo-poo monster. Like, somebody, like, murdered them and then, like, took a dump, like, all over their clothes. Like, that's
asking
crazy.
the public if they could identify the clothes, hoping that it was just a prank rather than something more sinister. Unfortunately, nobody came forward, and until the clothes can be linked to some sort of crime or to a victim, they can't be accepted for testing by the police department.
What was that guy from Elden Ring, the dung eater?
Today, the cops from the Fairlawn Police Department haven't been able to match the clothing to anyone in particular.
Damn,
and at this point, all we can do is hope that whoever those clothes belong to did not come to the harrowing fate that the dark reddish stains imply.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's just Dookie stains too, because that's kind of fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Caught on camera. Should we do one more, guys? What else can we react to? You guys wanna watch one more clip, or you wanna end it? Is that a good place, Foopy? You have anything else for me to react to? You can leave it. You can drop it in chat. Footage that terrified the FBI. Yeah, it's kind of spooky. Disturbing camping. Paranormal evidence. I don't really think there's like a lot of like I don't think there's a lot of like ghost videos that are really like credible, if I'm being honest. Like I feel like a lot of it's fake. Like you can make it up yourself. Like do I think ghosts exist? Yeah. Like I'm not over here like a ghost denier, I guess, but like I don't know if we've seen that clip that it's like, guys, I don't want to be vulgar, but I felt a ghost touch my booty hole. Like he's definitely faking it. Or like the guy that's like, guys, there's something wet. There's something wet running down my leg. I think it's ectoplasm. And like the guy pissed his pants or something. Like, nah. Another TV show that pissed me off too back in the day was that they had this thing. I can't remember what channel it was, like maybe the History Channel or something. But it was like Finding Bigfoot. And like it was just like a bunch of like 50-year-old men like with giant beards and like guns in the middle of the woods, like recording each other with like night vision cameras. And they're like and they're like oh my god, guys, did you hear that? I think there's a Bigfoot in that hill. Oh yeah. And then they would just start shooting at like the random stuff like in the woods. Like they would just randomly start shooting like their guns into the air and stuff, and they'd be like, I got him. And then there was one episode where like the guy falls down, he's like, I'm hurt, the Bigfoot attacked me. And like it's just like cuts to a commercial break, and when you get back from the commercial, it's just like the guy falling down the hill. Like it has nothing to do with the like Bigfoot. It's just them being like autistic. Let me see. Fleeing woman keeps ramming into cars. Yeah, I think we're Gucci there for now, guys. I kind of couldn't find anything. I just kind of found that spooky stuff, you know, the whole fake Bigfoot lore or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys later. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for commenting, everybody. Bye bye.